President Trump says the U.S. has no plans to extend the 60-day ceasefire for talks with Iran and that there are no talks or conversations going on or scheduled. Retired U.S. Marine Colonel Mike Jernigan joins us now. Welcome to you, sir. Please do give us your thoughts on the current situation and what you see happening next year.
Hey, good afternoon, Sandra. What I see is that the Iranians are running out of assets and options. You know, their economy before this all started was ranked either 23rd or 52nd, depending on the measure. But they're importantly, both measures, they're behind Nigeria and Bangladesh. And let's park on that a minute. Bangladesh, known for cyclones and mudslides, had a stronger economy than Iran did before all this started. So what we're seeing is now that the recent period of ceasefire has ended, I think the Iranians are trying to continue to drag this out. They're wary of increased military consequences. They are struggling with the economic consequences. And so I think this is moving towards its end game.
Okay. That seems to be the message that we're getting from the administration in that sit-down interview with Trey Yingst and Jared Kushner. He suggests that the talks are more robust than they have been yet during this war. Listen.
The conversations between the U.S. government and different areas of the Iranian government at all areas is probably more robust than it's maybe ever been. We are having very positive and active conversations, and we'll see what happens.
Are you hopeful when you hear that?
You know, as a former fighting man for America, whose boots have been on the ground, any conversation that stops kinetic action is good, whether temporary or hopefully long-term. So I remain optimistic and I remain hopeful. You know, the challenge is remaining that the Iranians are busily replacing a lot of their government leaders with IRGC generals and colonels. The IRGC is a maximalist nose negotiator. They want to keep nuclear weapons. They want to control the Straits of Hormuz. And so while negotiations are continuing, the people that we're negotiating with, some have been deemed inefficient and replaced, and others are being replaced so that the Iranians can continue to claim their military prowess.
Do you believe that we have time to be patient here?
Absolutely. All the time is on the United States side. The Iranians have 35% of their population working. They have 85% inflation. Their rial is trading at 2 million to $1 US, when 10 years ago it was trading at 30,000 to $1 US. So the economic strangulation is working. The Straits of Hormuz are not closed. They're close to Iran. You know, 10 to 15 ships are getting through every day, and that's because of the queuing to come through to have your papers checked by the United States Navy. So Iran can't control who goes in and out of the Straits of Hormuz. The United States is. And so all of this economic pressure is increasing the Iranians' challenge with what they have to do with what they want.
Based on everything you just said, what do you see as a time frame here?
I don't want to step on the president's decision space. But I believe what we're seeing is the acceleration of the degradation of the Iranians' economy. And specifically, if the president decides to resume kinetic strikes, there were 5,000 targets that have already been struck. We have 20% left. Those are the energy infrastructure. That's going to cause a problem.
Got it. Colonel, always good to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Good to see you, Sandra.
All right, John.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.